Hey guys, welcome back. This is Q&A with Coach MJ number 30. Number 30! Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for submitting your questions, sharing this with your friends, subscribing to the YouTube channel, because I'm here to help you be a better athlete. First question from Max. What is your best mental toughness tip? And many of you probably don't know, but I do mental toughness presentations. I've been doing them since 2009 because, as anyone will tell you, in endurance sports, whether it's triathlon, running, cycling, whatever, in endurance sports, it's 95% mental. So you can be in the best physical shape of your life and stronger than ever, but if you don't have it all together up here, you're not going to do as well. You're not going to reach your potential. So you really do need to train your brain. So it's a hard question, but I think the best thing I can tell you, the most important thing I can tell you, is to try and focus on the positive. Because no matter what you're doing, whether it's a workout or a race, there's going to be good stuff, there's going to be bad stuff, everything in between. It's very easy to focus on what's not working for you, and that's what most people do. But I will tell you to try to focus on the positive. What's going right in your day, in your workout, in your race. Focus on that, and that will help you reach your potential. Thank you. That's a great question. Thanks for submitting, Max. Next one is Dan. How many workouts per week in each discipline? And he suggests 3 swims, 3 bikes, 3 runs. And that is not necessarily true. That's what most canned plans will tell you. But the fact of the matter is, not every one of us is equally talented in all 3 disciplines. We all, most of us have a weakness. So why would we spend as much time on our strength as on our weakness? So what I would say is to focus on the weakness. And if you think that you are equally talented in all 3, then I would spend my time on the bike, because the bike is the longest portion of any triathlon. So you're going to get more bang for your buck, more return for your time by spending that on the bike. But if you're like a super terrible swimmer or a super terrible runner, then you really need to focus on that more than, say, the other disciplines. And the fact of the matter is that 9 workouts a week, for many of us, that's not feasible, because we have family and careers and kids and all these other things in between. So we really have to figure out the priorities. And I will tell you that it's quality over quantity. 9 workouts a week doesn't make it any better than 7 if you're doing the right things for you. That's a great question, Dan. Thank you for asking. And then our last question is from Mark, and he asks, how do I know when I need new running shoes? And Mark, did you know that I have worked on and off for running stores for the last, I think 8 years now? 8 years, I know, right? So that is a great question, and I have some props for you, but this is for this question here. Generally, 300 to 500 miles for your shoes. Now, depending on your weight, because if you're a heavier person, your shoes are going to take a little bit more of a hit, so you might not be able to get that full 500. Number 2, it really depends on the surface that you're running on. So here I listed out the levels of surfaces that we run on that make the impacts on the shoes. So the first one here is concrete. Concrete is the hardest of all of them and takes the most. Your shoes take the most beating when you're running on concrete. Second is asphalt, aka blacktop, so like many trails in the area. Then you have gravel, which is like crushed limestone, so that's, waterfall glenish. Trail, like dirt, leaves, branches, blah, blah, blah. That's like Swallow Cliff, some of it. You can do that. And then treadmill takes the least amount of impact and toll on those shoes. However, I brought props. And I brought my running shoes. So this is a brand new running shoe, has not been used yet. Okay, brand new. But you can see how they have the treads and the colors, right? When you come to a running store, we always ask you to bring your shoes in, because we can tell a lot by just looking at the bottom of the shoe that you've been running in to make sure it's the right shoe for you. So this one has not been used. The other thing is, don't throw your shoes out just because they look dirty. And this is supposed to be bright pink, but just because they look dirty, dirt has nothing to do with the longevity of the shoe. But here's what's important about this shoe. Now, this is one of my shoes that I've been using for a while, and it doesn't really show much wear, but up here, but you can see down here, if you look really closely, you see how this green line, you see how it's missing here, there's a little missing here, there's a little missing here. This obviously shows I drag my heel, which I already knew, and it's my right foot, which I've known for years, but this is what we're looking at, right? And so that's what we're looking at, a general, if you're in the right shoe, you're going to get wear pattern right up and down the middle of the shoe, but that is a great question. The other thing I will tell you is track your mileage on your shoes, but if all of a sudden you start feeling like little nags and pains, little aches in the knees, little aches in the shins, something's not right, I would recommend taking a look at the shoes. It's the first thing I would look at. Maybe they're worn out. You never know. So that, that generally tends to mean that your shoe is starting to wear out. You really need to take a look. And you don't have to necessarily dump that shoe. You just start rotating. 2 days with the new shoe, 1 day with the old shoe, 2 days with the new shoe, 1 day with the old shoe, and you can get the full 500 miles out of it. The other thing, for you Chicago marathoners, I know you're looking, if you've been using the same pair of shoes all summer and plan to run the marathon in them, I would recommend not doing that. I would recommend getting a new pair of shoes now, do a couple of short runs, and then do your 20 milers coming up. I would do your 20 miler in those shoes. Make sure that they're good. Put between 40 to 60 miles on those new shoes. Put them away. Go back to use your old shoes. Keep them nice and fresh and cushy for your race. Don't just buy the new pair of shoes and wear them. I'd want to make sure that they all fit, feel good, so and not just like a 3 or 5 miler, because there's not really much that's going to get painful in a 3 to 5 miler. But if you do an 18 or you do a 20 in those new shoes and they work, they fit like a glove, and you love them, put them away, save them for your marathon. Okay, so that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. Please keep submitting your questions. Share this with your friends. I really want to help you guys be a better athlete, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you soon.